self-hate. Wow, this really touched me. I love the examples everyone gave. And you were talking about music and the impact that it has on love and all of young people and just society in general. I really like you were talking about material love and grace, family. Chris, you were talking about self-hate. And I love the way, Derek, how you start a conversation with someone on a positive note. I do that too, and it completely changes the way the conversation can go if you just start it off on a positive note.
Good day and welcome to the Get Established Show. Today's topic is the feedback show. We're going to talk about some of the information we got in from some of our viewers in the community and some things that we like to improve on ourselves. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to my brother. Good morning.
All right. Welcome to the Get Established Show, where it's all about awareness and support of our community and building within and without around it. All right. I'm here with my fellow brothers in arms. Start from the top. On the board is my man, B.I. to the double G. All right. And my man's, as always, chilling on the side, Chiller.
Grand Risings.
All right. And the last but not least is my boy, my brother, D. Jones.
Grand Rises, everyone.
All right. Let's not hold the people up any further. Let's go on and get into what we're going to get into.
Okay, everyone, this is the very first installment of the Feedback Show, where we want to hear from you about constructive criticism, comments, and even what you would like to expand the conversation on the show's topic. We are also going to talk about some things we can do individually and collectively better for the show. In the future, we would like to add another broadcast that may consist of live interaction of the current show's topic, but with feedback from you. With that being said, I'm going to hand it over to our moderator, the B.I.G.
Thank you, bro. That's great. That's great. All right, so kicking it off here today. We've been doing this for a very short time. We're at the infancy stage of building a community, but I think it's going really well. How y'all feel about that?
Yeah, I think it's going really well. I'm really excited about what we're doing and what we have coming in the future. It's been a journey every week, and I think we've grown as a broadcast. I think we've gotten a lot better at what we're doing, so I'm excited to move forward.
So, like Chris, tell me what do you like most about what we're doing here in building a community?
I mean, it's like all us been on the phone forever talking like we talking, but now that we got a platform that people can hear us, we just giving us, our views of life, trying to help people maybe can sympathize with what we saying and get a better idea of certain situations, because we all got some experience in life, you know what I'm saying? Especially somebody younger than us that might have any type issues or don't even know how to handle a job or how to even talk or, to an employee or just how the community look. We just giving us a glance of our life and experience and information to help others. So even if we're eating anything that we can share to be, a help to the community, that's all we're doing to trying to do is build up our community.
Outstanding, man. So I'm gonna start off the next question, and it's and I want each one of y'all to answer it as well behind me. Is what do you personally think you can do better for the show? For myself, sometimes I get real passionate, and maybe will stray a little bit off of in another direction. Rashawn, I don't need your eyes, bro. I don't need your eyes right now. But we're just working on, like I said, this is a new platform for us. The whole process is new for us, so we're learning many things all at once. But that's one thing I'm gonna work on is trying to stay better, stay better on the topic, locked in, and just be a little bit more creative in the process.
You talking about straight, man. I be on another whole subway sometimes, man. Going another whole direction because I get passionate into what I'm talking about. I be like, okay, I'm here, but then something else in my mind and I'm flowing this way. So it's like, we learning as we go. And even with me, I have sometimes pronounced some words wrong. I see it myself, but we all can grow. We just growing as we doing this. We getting better as we go. But the information we giving people, I think that's more valid than, some of the errors we doing right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's a super valid point you're saying. I mean, it's not gonna be perfect, and we hope y'all not looking for perfection because you ain't gonna get it from us. But we're gonna give you our best each and every week. Raymond.
Hoping you do me last, but that's okay. I'll do it. All right. I guess I'm more of course, y'all know I'm more of the back end person. So I look at the things that I've done from the back end, and it's like, I know I do a bit of taskmastering with it, but that's why I say that, my goal is to try to push or put a little less responsibility of what I do and try to disperse it a little bit more evenly amongst us so that we all can experience what we're doing here. And, we all, cause the whole idea is to continually be interchangeable with all of us being able to do this. It's cause no one person is, special at one specific thing. We all, we all do one thing good, but we all can be able to intermingle and move amongst each other with this, because that's what makes a stronger team. Just being able to work together and can fill a position when somebody can't do it or when somebody's not there to do it.
For me, I think it's just my facial engagement during the show. I have sleepy eyes. So a lot of times when I'm not talking, it may look like I'm not engaged in what's going on. And
Wake up, D.
I've been trying to work on that. I'm not asleep during the show, but it may look like that at times when I'm not talking. So I've been trying to work on that, just making sure that I look at the camera and I look like I'm awake instead of looking like I'm asleep.
So, you talking about sleepy eye? My eyes be looking like it's closed sometimes. What you talking about? I got to get into the camera so you can see when you get back, man, my eyes like they closed when I'm talking.
I need to make sure that I'm engaged as far as my facial expressions a little more. And like I said, I've been working on that. So
that's what's up. So right now, I know we're up to, from a viewing standpoint, we have 8 episodes out in the world, in the community, out there doing their thing right now. And of course, we know we've got some that's haven't been seen yet that we still have in the hopper. But what are some things that we haven't talked about yet that you would like to see change in the community?
Well, I mean, there's a few topics. I mean, not to give away too many topics of future shows, but the dynamic of the Black family and just how the Black family is structured in the household today, without giving a show topic, just how our kids, what they do growing up and what they look forward to doing, how the mom and dad interact in the families, in a single parent household, how the mom interacts with the kids every day. That's something that I'm passionate about, because I truly believe for kids, that's a very important piece of their life. Growing up, you learn a lot of things from your parents, and the interactions that take place when you're young can affect you going forward.
Dope. Any other gentlemen?
All right, I'll say that I would like to expand or delve into the educational areas within the Black community, because I feel like that's something that we can, get into and expand our knowledge and as our insight on that as well, so that we can all, give the audience something that I'm pretty sure that some people out here may have some expertise on, or they can learn from.
I would still share more on health awareness. Is a lot of different areas that we can touch, and hopefully that we can give out some information just to make people even stop for a minute to examine themselves and do some research and better their health. There's a whole lot of situations and episodes we could talk about in them areas. So it's a lot of things, and just give us good advice on just trying to help the Black community. That's basically what this whole show is about.
And I just want to say this before we move forward. The reason for this show was just to bring, to highlight different areas of the Black community, and maybe through our conversation, give you ideas of how to deal with certain things that may come up. A lot of times when you see podcasts, they talk about what's going on in the world, things that are affecting the Black community. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have conversations about these topics and tell you, what we think may help change certain things. And a lot of times we're not given a how. We're given the why, but not given the how. And that's what we're trying to bring to light right now.
Yeah,
Definitely. All right. So, we want the platform here to be a bridge. Like I said, we're not perfect. We're not going to be perfect. We want to be able to offer some different type of solutions, some other things that just create thought. Something that maybe we say is or a conversation we have may be something you haven't even thought about in that way. And I'm hearing that in the community. I know that each one of us, we've got different people that maybe contact us individually and say, this or that, or we like this, we like that, or y'all could do this, or y'all could do that. So what we did in the process of that, we thought about it. Hey, we building a community. It's not just ours. We're building this, and this is for the four of us. We are developing and creating the platform, but the community is also a part of what we're doing. It. We wholeheartedly want y'all to understand that you are a part of what we're doing. You are the voices behind these voices. So what we have done, we have put a phone number together, a voicemail that you can call in, and it's available 24 hours a day. You can call in, you can leave a comment, you can leave a critique, you can leave a concern. If you got idea for show topic, you can leave that there. You can also expand upon the topic that we've had, because eventually what we like to have those calls to be is an extension of our show that comes on Sunday. So typically going forward, what we like to do, it's not going to happen immediately. It's a part of the process. But what we would like to start building, because what I get a lot of feedback, and I know the guys do too. After our show, when people see our show on Sunday, they call, oh, y'all should have, why you talk about this? Or why you talk about that? Or hey, what did you think about this? Or all of that about the show. So as we continue to talk and think about how can we engage and have the community be more a part of the show, we decided to come up with the phone number and the line and the voicemail. And that number, you'll start seeing it. It's on our Facebook page. Is it on the Instagram page as well? It's going to be on all of our stuff. If it's not there yet, it's going to be on it. And the phone number is area code 404-939-3445. Again, it's 404-939-3445. But what we're going to do now, we do actually have we have a few calls that came in that we want to play, and then fellas, we can talk about it about the feedback that we get from it. You know what we want to do and what thoughts we have. So I'm gonna go into this.
Bring it on.
I'm gonna bring it. Here we go. Let's see. Now, of course, we got to see if it's going to do what it's supposed to do by playing the way it's supposed to play. So let's see.
I was just gonna ask you. This had nothing to do with the show. You still going to the barbershop or you cutting your own hair?
I still go to the barbershop, man.
That's interesting. Did you enjoy cutting hair when you did it, or that was
I
just...
really didn't. There, the hair and the little kids screaming and kicking, and the mama got to hold the kids, and my nerves are, like it was. I mean, I when you first start something, you like it, but as you go on cutting, I really ain't into cutting, man.
It's like editing, but go ahead.
I think if you would have stayed here, you could have been a celebrity barber. I know. I'm serious, man.
I mean, I know I was good enough to do it, but it just, I was around here. I think I lost my when I came back here. I'm gonna tell you a true story. When Atlanta, I was doing good and a little bit before I came back, but when I came back here, man, it's all about who. Somebody refer people, and I just ain't had the patience, man. When you ain't got no money, and you don't know how much you're gonna make in a week, and you trying to cut hair, and people are so particular, and they watching you, and a few will try you. You got to eat, man. I mean, if you got competition, you got to have a name, man. When you coming out the gate trying to cut or do anything, man, unless you got friends that back you up, because even with say, I had a lot of friends who would come to me and wanted me to cut their hair, but when I came to the shop, because I got to pay for the booth or percentages of what I'm cutting, they going to somebody else. But then when that shop closed, they want to call me at 7:30 or 8 o'clock and want to come to my house and me to cut their hair. And I like, man, this ain't forget this hair stuff, man. It ain't for me. You're gonna look at me and see if I can do it. I know I can do it. I've been doing it. And the sad thing about it, it's just like certain dudes, even they could tell you, I used to cut their hair and show them how to cut. You know what I'm saying? And they got shops. So it's like, I ain't got time to, try to show somebody you can do something. You can do it. You can do it. It's just what it is.
Yeah, because here is all about whoever cut the best hair. That's where everybody gonna go to. I mean, when somebody because if they don't know somebody, they ain't going to them.
It was just like when certain cats, they went to their barber and their barber screwed their head up. Man, they messed my cheek up.
That first time.
And you fix it. Man, if you fix it, I'll come to you. And I fix it. Oh, man, you fix it. Even Dad was that same way, man. Dad was scared to come to me until his barber screwed his head up. When I cut his head, Dad wouldn't let nobody else cut his head but me. It's just like, that's a gift. I ain't had to go to school for it. Some people got gifts. Some people had to train to do it. I just started picking up the clippers and could do it. Some people can grab a pencil and draw.
Don't say you just start picking up the clippers and do it, because I had a few bold cuts that I had to go to school with, because I was a test dummy. So let's not act like you just picked up and you.
Speaking on that, because my pop, when I told him, I said, look, man, I'll cut your hair. He said, I don't know if I want you cutting my hair, man, because I don't want you to jack my hair up, you know what I mean? But when I cut his hair, that one time, he like, hey, look, you come over cut my hair. I said, I don't know if I could do it today. Hey, look, man, I need you to cut my hair, man.
It got to a point. It got to a point. Certain kid, I would just tell him I don't cut hair, and that's how I start cutting. I don't cut hair. You cutting? No, I don't cut hair. I don't cut hair. Because I was doing better doing other things than cutting hair, man. Sitting there. So I'm like, I don't cut hair. Now, if I was in the ATL, 9 times out of 10, they're right. I probably would be. I probably have 2-3 shops and living a totally different life.
You would. I mean, yeah,
because when we was in the ATL, I lie to you not, man. When we had Players Choice, man, we had that shop so packed. that it was like even the other barbers of the street were calling the people on. We were killing it down there. I was killing in the ATL. It was like everybody from all the states were coming. Like, man, I've been trying to find a barber down here that can cut a fat back or cut the table or cut this, you know. And I was like, boom! I had so many people, and we had cats coming in and out that jam, man. That jam was jumping. We had a barber shop, Player's Choice. That jam was jumping. I would be there 7:00 in the morning, and we would shut the doors. I would say 7 p.m. on a Friday or Saturday, and still wouldn't get out because there was so many people in there till like 11 o'clock. It would still be packed. Now, Derek, am I lying? Then we had to get dressed and go out to party. This was every Friday.
You were young enough to do that. You were young enough to do that then.
Yeah, and look, we would come in. Look, we would go to IHOP about 5 a.m. and I through partying every morning and repeat the same process, man. Go right back to where Dirk would go to his job tired and whatnot. I go right back in the shop. And this is on a Friday night. Saturday night, do the same thing over again. Yeah. Right back in the shop, cutting just like that. Shut the door 7 or 8 o'clock. People still like over about 20 some people in there, man. It ain't but like 3 barbers. All us trying to cut all them people. We out at 11 again doing the same thing, man. For real.
And everybody was eating. Like if Chris was busy, we had good barbers in there. So if Chris was busy, they didn't mind going to somebody else, or vice versa. So
and I got back here. Oh man, it was like Atlanta was the place to be because I could say being in Atlanta, man, it seemed like blacks here help each other more than they do here. You know, blacks, you know, would try you easier there than more than they do here, you know, where I'm at. Because it was like, where you at, them black cats, them mind supporting black businesses and black people. So it was a whole different atmosphere, man. And it was a good time at the time I was down there, real good times. I tell cats all the time, when I was in ATL, like you see Will Smith on the Fresh Prince, I felt like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air down there, dog. I wanted to move down there with Uncle Phil, and there was a whole different atmosphere, dog, for me, man. I enjoy. I tell them the best time of my life was in the ATL, man. The best times. It was always something to do. We always had a good time, man. It was festivals every week. It was like the early, like the 90s, man. It was jumping in ATL. ATL was on fire, man.
This is our first caller.
OMG, episode 4, The Love We Hate. Wow, this really touched me. I love the examples everyone gave. And you were talking about music and the impact that it has on love and all of young people and just society in general. I really like you were talking about material love and grace, family. Chris, you were talking about self-hate. And I love the way, Derek, how you start a conversation with someone on a positive note. I do that too, and it completely changes the way the conversation can go if you just start it off on a positive note. I also like when y'all were talking about compassion, individuality, supporting organizations, and the closing was awesome. Once again, I want to thank you all for coming together and bringing this podcast and for picking some excellent topics. And Chris, those questions are on point. Thank you again.
All right, so that's our first caller. And it was about the love we hate. Everybody can hear it fine?
Yeah.
Gotta say.
You said what?
Which one?
I mean, you said what we got to say.
Yeah, what do you got to say?
Go for it, Chris.
Man, I appreciate, man, that, you know, what she said. And I'm always trying to come up with topics that we can all feel. The love we hate, we all put our, well, you know, I just wanted a broad picture of the love we hate. It wasn't just on one scenario, it was on everything, because the essence of love, it seems like, you know, was dying out here, and people got so much hate out here towards each other. And I think all of us as brothers, we gave a good, you know, point of view and painted a good picture for people to get a good perspective of that episode. All us, you know, we came in as a team and we did a good thing. And I'm glad, and, you know, I'm honored that, you know, she saw things that I said, Derek said, and all us said in that Love You Hate. And I feel like, to me, that is when I do love that episode, because I put my heart and I put my emotions and feelings in that episode. I put a lot of myself in it because, you know, that's how I feel. And I like that episode. That's one of my favorite episodes.
You know, that's crazy because that is one of my favorite episodes too, and it's just great to hear that somebody appreciated that show. The thing is, I really love our community, and I want everybody to feel the same way I do. I just want us to stop looking at each other with the side eye, stop, talking about each other in a negative light, and I really want us to come together, even if we have differences. We can have differences and still love each other. There's no, nobody's going to think the same. Nobody's going to act alike, but nothing's wrong with being different. Embrace it. Just because somebody looks different, thinks different, walks different, talks different, doesn't mean you have to look down on them. And that episode is near and dear to my heart. I really thank you for the feedback, and I appreciate your comments.
I'm gonna take it inward, because the thing that I appreciated about it was how Derek, advocated for Chris as far as how we did this show, and his passion. I'm talking about Chris's passion in doing the show. That's what made me look at it for what it was, which was a great show from our standpoint. So I do look at it as one of those hallmark episodes where we can stand up as a blueprint for what we do going forward. Just being passionate and really trying to bring something to the audience that they can really look at and get something from and enjoy.
Outstanding. And that was from Michelle. I don't think she left her name, but I know she's been commenting and been very, very active and involved in sharing with the Get Established community. Yeah, it was. I thought it was a powerful episode as well. And like you said, Derek, I'm just grateful that that people are watching and getting something out of it, and hopefully being able to take that out into the world and share some of the things that we're doing here, because that's the whole point of why we're here and why we want to make this impact. So thank you again. Caller number 1, that's Michelle. So we're gonna go to the next. And here we go.
Good afternoon, internet uncles. This is Nate Miller, church and brethren. I really love. First, let me start. I love what y'all are doing. Getting together like that, putting out information, bringing awareness to people who may not have the awareness. With no hidden agenda, man. It's good that you guys don't have a hidden agenda other than trying to educate, help, and inform. And it's good to know here, as you guys on this platform, and that's what you guys are doing. A lot of good stuff I'm getting from you guys. I like the energy and the camaraderie where you guys bounce off one another. I like the colorful commentary of Chris Chilla. It makes it a little bit funny when y'all talking about serious topics. What else? The openings have been really upbeat lately. I watched all 7 episodes. The opening kind of started off a little, it's not as energetic as the last 2 episodes have been. Their openings have been very good. Good job, Shine. Keep shining. What else? I just say, like, when you guys have like a subject matter expert on there, like with Boone, I think Boone seemed like he may have been a subject matter expert. When you have one of those on there, just make sure you point that out. Either highlight it in his name or tell us that this guest is joining us as this subject matter expert. And that way folks can know that they're getting some information from someone who has knowledge. Obviously, you guys are doing some research on some of these topics as well, and but just when you bring that SME on there, that subject matter expert person, definitely want to highlight. Make sure you highlight that so folks know that they're getting someone who has real expertise in that area.
All right, so I'm gonna pause right there. We're gonna finish up. So he hit on a couple of things. That's our brother Nate the Great. Who was that? What was that? Oh,
that was me, Nate.
Okay, yeah. Nate is actually, he was a part of the coaching community like myself as well, out in where we grew up. So Nate is doing the work. He's not just talking the talk, he walking the walk. So we appreciate you, brother. He brought up some good points. So one thing that he said he noticed about the intros, some of the intros in the beginning, were maybe a little sleepy, and that's comes with growth. We picked things up. We worked on the lead in, so that's a valuable information, and we hope to continue to even make them better. But also too, that was another good thing, and I think that we talked about when he talked about the subject matter expert, like when we have a guest on like Dion, like that's a good, I think a very good point when we bring people on, because there are other guests we're gonna have on in the future where they are going to be the subject matter expert, and we kind of need to do that. And also one thing I think we also should do, when we have someone on, and this is just piggybacking on what Nate said because it's just sparking something in my head, we should also, if they have like contact information that they want to give out, we should offer for them to do that. And that's one thing that we miss. But like I said, we're growing.
I'll add to that, because if they have whatever ventures or whatever businesses that they have, yes, to be able to allow them to plug themselves, because that's a part of the community. That's part of bridging the community, is just being able to allow each other to be able to highlight their area of interest, so that we can be able to give them that shine, as well as them coming to us and bringing value to our platform.
Absolutely. Fella, you got anything?
No, I thought it was great feedback. Like you said, especially with having the expert on the topic on the show, being able to give their information. I know we have some shows coming up where we'll have guests on, and their expertise is going to be how the show is based on. So yeah, that's just valuable information.
Yeah,
I agree with her. I agree with everybody say. Yeah, being that Dion knew a lot more information on the situation, and he studies that all the time, and that's what he's basically into. Yeah, that's a good point, that we had an expert who was breaking down information for us. So yeah, we probably should have gave more reference on that too as well. But yeah, that's a good point of view.
And let me say this as well, and this is for the audience, because I know we've talked about it already. The reason why we're doing this show, and we'll probably have more, is because typically when you sit down with someone to get feedback, sometimes people don't always receive it good in a certain way. But as an adult, once it's okay to, we talked about this too. When you're a child, you're not as mature as you should be. When you become an adult, you have to take on things as an adult. We welcome the feedback, the criticism, the ideas. We welcome it. We're all in this together. We're just the faces and the voices, but we're all in this together, and we really want y'all to feedback. Let us know. We can make this show better. We want to make it better for the entire community. So we're also in this moment. We want to. This is for a platform of for Black men. You don't see this a lot, speaking their opinions and their voices and giving in this capacity. So we thank you guys, but we also want to demonstrate how to receive constructive criticism. I mean, there's no anger, there's no ill intent. I mean, there may be some things that someone may say that we don't agree with, but it's still something that we can look at it and find value in it. So I'm gonna finish up Nate's voicemail here. It's only about another 45 seconds, and then we'll move over to the next one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Overall, I love everything pretty much about it. Really, to be honest, the first couple of shows, it has much energetic, but energy in the situation. But there was good topics being discussed. I think y'all should continue to revisit topics that involves community, that's around self-health, mental health, financial health. Any kind of information that you can provide to help somebody is going to be good information. Just continue to keep up the good work. I'm here for you if you guys need me. And Thanks for doing what you do. And let's get established. Peace.
All right, so that's Nate the Great. Yeah, the tagline. That's Nate. All right, we got two more that we'll take, and then we'll wrap up. So the next is gonna be a call here from Black South Carolina. Here we go.
Hey, what's good, brothers? I hope all is well. This comment is in reference to episode 6. Are we accountable for each other? Big, you are right. Children don't need to be medicated, especially not as a first option. Parents should consider giving children probably 2 or 3 times the attention that they currently are doing. So I think we should start with giving them a lot more attention. I got beatings, like when I grew up, man, and, I still remember how violent those beatings were. But we chose not to beat our children. I got 2 little girls, and it just wasn't something that we wanted to do. And just consider, like today, if you were out and you seen a whole bunch of children acting bad, one of the first things that we as black people say is that, oh, man, that person need a whooping. And that just should not be the first thing that come to our mind today. So I'm asking that if you could please consider a future podcast reference how to effectively communicate as well as the different ways of learning, because these unlearned lessons in our communities tend to hurt us a lot more than others.
I'm gonna pause it there. That was some good feedback as well. What you got, Raymond? I saw you buzzing over there.
I mean, no, I agree. Having an episode where we're talking about effective communication with each other and our children, I think that's a very good topic we can dive into, because I mean, hey, that's something that we as a community do struggle with, is communicating with one another effectively.
And just to build on what Raymond said, I think that's great. What the gentleman said. I did touch on this a little bit in one of our episodes, just of teaching your kids how to communicate. Early on, I think I said yelling at your kids at an early age may not be a good idea because you're teaching them how to communicate. So yeah, I agree. We need to elaborate a little bit more on that and have a show that's built around just, I guess, how to teach your kids how to communicate, how to discipline your kids in the correct manner. The way we got disciplined, it may be a little barbaric. You know what I'm saying?
Look, on that note, I get what he's saying, because like it said, like Derek says, it probably could be considered child abuse. I'm not telling anybody child abuse. I'm talking about we need to discipline our kids. We can't make them feel like they can get away with murder at the same time. And I understand what he's saying. I ain't telling him nobody, because some people beat their kids a little ridiculous. And it's not a beating. A spanking and a beating is 2 different things. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get spankings. I got beatings. So it's like I can reflect. I was a bad kid too. I ain't gonna front. I was a real bad kid. I'm the type to do, you sleep, I'm putting some matches under your feet and lighting them, and you jumping up screaming, ah! I was an instigator. I was doing some wild stuff. I see it on TV. Derek will let you know I was a full blown instigator. That's what I did.
So he brought to mind something he did when we were young. My dad used to work long hours, so my dad came in and he was asleep, and we had this bird dog named Jerry. Chris let Jerry in the house. The Jerry ran because Jerry loved my dad. My dad is knocked out sleep. Jerry ran in the room and started licking my dad in the face.
I mean, was he an outside dog?
Yeah, he was an outside dog. It just started licking my dad in the face. Man, look, I got one more thing that Chris did. So my dad's house got broken into, and Chris knew that. So Chris was coming in the house as my dad was leaving out of the house, and my stepmom was in the house by herself. So the house, literally a week prior to that, got broken into, y'all. So she didn't know. She was in the bedroom under the bed looking for some shoes. So Chris walked in the house and was in the hallway and heard her singing, like to herself. And Chris said, I've been waiting all day for him to leave. I got you to myself now, and I'm going to do what I want to. And she was trying to squeeze under the bed. Lord, please help me, please. Help me, Lord, please. Man, what I tell you, my dad was so mad.
Oh my God.
This type of stuff that he used to do, man.
But I used to do that all day long, man. I'm telling you, in school, everything, I stayed in trouble, dog. I was instigating everything, left and right, man. They used to call, every time I would come around, they used to call me Mr. Instigator.
You know what?
I call you Five Starter.
Raymond always called me Five. I was an instigator like a mud dog. For real.
Man, he did that all the time, man.
I remember when Dad thought he hit me with the car. Dad seen me.
Oh.
Yeah.
So my dad,
he never looked at backing up on the driveway. So Dad saw me, but Dad didn't. He started backing up, and I just jumped on the hood. Boom! And he said, "Oh Lord, I hit my son."
I mean, he used to do some crazy stuff. I remember when he did that, man. He almost gave up.
Oh God, he was crying, man. He cussed me out. He realized I won't hurt, man.
He was on the ground laughing.
I was just on the ground laughing because, well, fuck, man, I used to do stuff like that all day, man. All day long.
So his dad would back up out the driveway and
I came from the side.
So he not telling how it happened.
But I jumped on the hood and said boom like that on the hood.
Dad backed out the driveway and Chris was walking up. Chris was walking down the street and I saw him. But you know, my dad wasn't paying attention because he's worried about backing out, trying to figure out if a car is coming. And I saw Chris, and I was like, I was thinking to myself,
on the other side and jumped on the
what is he doing?
Like, boom, like that. And he thought he backed up and hit me, but I literally jumped on the hood. So when he heard the boom,
he just jumped on the hood, big. He jumped on the hood and slid off.
Yeah, I jumped on the back of on the back of the trunk, boom, and slid off like just slid down like.
And you ain't get a beat down for putting the dent in the hood.
He ain't put no dent in the hood. He ain't put no dent in the hood, man.
Oh man.
I did this stuff. Oh, I'm gonna tell you the funniest jank. My dad was bringing in a new girlfriend. We was out church. And Derek was taking a shower. So I'm like looking out the window like, because we don't know.
This was dirty. Dirty.
We don't know who this woman is. So I'm like, oh, here he come with his new girl. Because he was excited to introduce us to him. So Derek in the shower. I done took my shower. So I'm like, I'm timing them coming. So I goes in the kitchen and get some paper and put it in a pan and I light it on and light the paper on fire. So Derek in the bathroom, I said, Derek, the house on fire. The house on fire.
It started blowing smoke under the door.
Yeah, start blowing smoke under the door. It's a smoke. So my dad is opening the door. So I run to the kitchen, put water in the and right to the road. And started there. And Derek came out the bathroom, all naked, as he walking out.
I knew
with his new girlfriend. And man, he's soaking wet. He calling out name. He's like, Chris, Derek, me such and such. And Derek right outside, ball naked wet. And Dad knew it was me. He knew it was me.
Chris.
With me, man. He knew I had it.
Oh boy.
I jump out literally as he's opening the door.
Wet and naked, man. Introducing her, man. Telling us to come eat him. That joint was funny, man. I'm in the room laughing myself.
So that last call, we got a few about 30 more seconds we listen to. But that was
go ahead.
So Kurt, your view might change if you had a Chris. This boy over here. And think about this. He done gave us 3 stories. How many more?
Oh, that's a bunch.
How many more?
I did this all day long. That's what I'm trying to
listen, he terrorized me as a child.
I did this all day long.
Terrorized.
I would get beatings just to sit on the side and watch Derek get beaten and laugh at the same time.
Now, don't get twisted. I had my moments too. I did. I had my moment, but it wasn't stuff.
But it was probably normal. That stuff Chris doing, man, that's Tom and Jerry.
That's what I told you. I told you earlier, I would look at TV and try to make my life like a cartoon series. Tripping all day long. Laughing. And you got to realize this is a little kid that won't smoking and getting high or drinking. This was a kid tripping off life. Laughing.
Wow. We're going to finish up. This Kurt out of South Carolina. We're going to finish up the last 30 seconds of his call, and we're going to move to the last one, okay?
All right, cool.
So I want to comment on episode 4, The Love We Hate. I recommend the movie Sounder. That's Sounder. It's on YouTube, and it's, from 1972. It has Cicely Tyson starring in it. It's a real good movie. It shows a lot of black unity and family unity. I just ask that maybe you look at it first before you let your children look at it, because it may have some inappropriate scenes in it. But other than that, man, I just say I look forward to listening to you all every week, and I appreciate everything you all are doing. Thanks for listening.
Appreciate that, Kurt. That's Kurt out of South Carolina.
Cackalack.
All right. So we got one more that we're going to play today. And here we go. Y'all ready?
Do it.
Let's go.
Let me ask you this. Has anyone of y'all seen Sounder? The movie?
I matter of fact, I think I had a movie in my catalog. I can't remember, it was so long ago, but I know I do have a movie. I'm
gonna check it out. Kurt, he recommended them. I'm gonna check it out here. All right, y'all. So here's the last caller right here.
Hey guys, this is Tanya Rochette. I have thoroughly enjoyed the episodes that I have had an opportunity to watch. You all have a great camaraderie, a great dialogue, and an even better platform. I would say my favorite episode was episode number 3. Y'all definitely have my support. Your passion for the community and the family unit is remarkable. As young men, young black men, y'all just need to keep it up, keep it going. Hopefully, some young knucklehead or even a young lady will see this platform and decide they would like to make some changes and be more involved in the community. Great platform.
All right, that was Tanya Rockett. Thank you, Tanya, for your comment. Fellas?
I mean, I just appreciate the love, man. And it's not just about us. We're doing this to create a better atmosphere in our community. So I appreciate the love. We're doing this for a good reason, reasons that we believe in. So we're gonna keep moving forward. We're gonna try to critique the things that we don't do so well and keep the show moving.
Definitely, we'll try to, even with me, when we were back and look at the episodes as well, because, a lot of times after Raymond added it and put it out, we sit back and we rewatch and see what we can improve ourselves. And it is some things. The way I be talking to Flora, I'm mispronouncing words, saying words wrong, but I be just so in that moment and passionate that it doesn't even bother me. It's just as long as you got the message. And a lot of times we put in our hearts into this. We are giving you a piece of our life. We giving you a piece of our experience. We giving you things we see. We giving you how we feel, how we view about things. And this is us in the show, as well as we want to see our community and our people do better. It's just, we get up every Sunday morning early, just like a job. And we come together and does episode after episode. And we do this because we want to have an impact in our community.
Let me just. Oh, go ahead, Sean.
I mean, you good because I just want to round it off, I guess.
And let me just say this: we're not perfect. This is not something that we do for our job. So we're perfectly imperfect. Let's say that. And that's what makes our show real. We're 4 different personalities, different backgrounds, except for me and my brother. We have similar backgrounds, and we just speaking life through the lenses of our eyes. So once again, we're not perfect. We just want to make sure that the message gets across, and it's something that you can relate to.
All right. Well, I'm gonna leave her with a little tidbit, especially about the back end of it, because I know that we haven't told too much about the back end, but that was a collaborative effort on all our parts, because that episode was something totally different from what it was. So we collaborated on that and put that together from the recesses of what it was. But
remember,
it was
episode 3, social media.
But
the way that came together was totally different. It was that was like we were just talking and freestyling, because we're supposed to be in something like Big, we're working on something. We just started kicking it.
Yeah,
and that's how the episode came about.
So I just thought that was what you should know, because of course we do go off a lot, but in that we bring something good to the table.
But look, that was an insight to them. Episode 3 was an insight of how we just talk on the phone. Basically, how all 4 of us will get together and we just be going in like that. And this has been going on for years. And so when you look at episode 3, that wasn't something that we put together. That was just us politicking and kicking it, just like we usually do. So episode 3 was just us being with no title, nothing. Because what we supposed to have been talking about, we didn't even talk about. It was just because the episode, the way it was, Raymond like, oh God, if you see the real footage, like, oh God, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Y'all ain't even talking about what
I tell you what, in the ending credits, that's when I said that, when Big was getting his laugh on and couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
I said that.
But even before then, you kept saying you don't know what you were gonna do with this. Before then, you said that. But when Big laughed, that was the end of the show. We were like,
we couldn't do nothing.
He couldn't do nothing because you couldn't stop laughing.
He was gone.
He couldn't stop laughing. He just every time. Derek said, "You ain't trying to stop, man." You laughing, and I'm like, man, that Jay crazy, man. It was funny though. It was funny.
Yeah, it was. I mean, so if I go back and watch it, I will laugh at myself. It was to me, it was funny. I mean, I got calls on that. And people were like, what was so funny? And I was like, you got to go back and watch Chilla. Watch what's going on.
Just look at him. Because it's just simple.
Call me.
Yeah, and it was something simple. It was
just something simple that,
And it just shifted the gear,
And to build on what Chilla was saying, normally it'll start with, I'll call Raymond or I'll call Chris or Big, and then it'll be like, hey, I'm going to hit Chilla up. And Chilla will be like, hey, I'm going to hit Raymond up. And then all of us are on the phone. And now the conversation is on. The difference is y'all get to see it now. We're presenting it to you.
Hey, so don't worry. It's going to be plenty bloopers that's going to be shown at some point in time. So get ready.
Yeah.
The blooper show. Yeah.
We had some from this week's show.
Yeah, we absolutely did.
I think this was valuable. We appreciate y'all's feedback. I'm gonna tell y'all something too that I don't know if everybody knows, but typically at the end of every show, there's some outtakes or some additional footage at the end of each show. So if you're not staying to the end of the show, you missing it.
We like Marvel.
All right. So go back. I mean, if you missed it, go back and see what you missed, and just know that that's the way our shows are being cut right here at this particular time. We got to lead in the show, and then the credits, and then after the credits, we'll have some additional footage. Sometimes it may be something that was outtake, or maybe something that was after, because sometimes what we'll do well, we always talk after the show, but sometimes it's something that happens in that moment that is like, oh, this would be a good place to put this in the end. So kind of like y'all seeing us very loose today, like really, really loose, just like the stories with Chris and everything. This is how, we are a lot of times after the show. I mean, we still not try to be too rigid during the show, but we do try to stick. We're trying better to stick to the topic because Raymond gets on us about that. He's the principal and he's the judge. So, so Chris, go ahead and sum it up for us, man, and we can go ahead and move on. But we want to continue. I want to say one more thing before I hand on you, Chris. Thank you guys so much for I think our first almost 2 months. We're almost at 2 months. We got 2 more weeks? We're about at a month and a half right now. Y'all don't know?
We're only a month and a half. We're
only a month and a half in, bro. That's why I said
that doesn't make sense. We got 8 episodes out.
Yeah, but
that's 8 weeks.
That's 8 weeks, but you remember, week 1 is 0.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So episode 1 is actually episode 0. So that's where it starts. So we got it's 8 shows, but it's just over a month and a half.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I think we've all done a lot together. We really appreciate y'all just gravitating to the show and even with the calls and the feedback. And I had the number. Who's got the number in front of them?
404-939-3445.
There it is. Chris, go and sum it up.
Okay, today's show was basically us reflecting some of our old episodes as well as getting some people giving us feedback of certain episodes. And this is something we do all the time. We express ourselves and our emotions to give people in the community. We glad that we are building a family because we are not looking at this as a show. Everyone who's tuning in, y'all becoming our family. And we just y'all internet uncles. So it's like all us a family. So every time you watch us, be part of our family. So join us and watch all our episodes. And like I said, today we were just giving you a highlight. And please, we want everybody who can call in and give us feedback. The number again is 404-939-344. Remember, it's 404-939-3445. And remember, this is our community and we're building it together. So join us every Sunday as we build up our community.
Word. Well, you know what it is. From your internet uncles, we got one saying: if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Get established.
This has been another episode of the Get Established Show, the Feedback Show. We really appreciate you guys chiming in, giving us calls, giving us feedback every week, and even on the new line that we have now. We want to continue to keep this going. We could only get to 4 calls today, but you know what? We'll get to the rest of them, we promise, in a future show. But thank you so much for being with us. As usual, you want to remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment on the page as well. And also hit that bell notification because it'll let you know when we drop a video. Every video does not come out at a certain time. We try to put it out on Sunday, but it may be midnight on Sunday or maybe 10 a.m. on Sunday. But hit that bell notification and you'll know when it's coming. Also, the feedback line is currently 404-939-3445. Again, that is 404-939-3445. And for me and the other internet uncles, this has been the Get Established Show. Thank you so much for being with us again. Till next time.